The Twitter having audio and video now and like yelling at people to do audio and video.
It says you're live on X now.
I see it. It's super weird and annoying. All right, awesome. All right, where was I? Okay, so we, just to bring everybody up to speed, we are doing a portfolio review of Jay Austen's website on Webflow. I've kind of done some work offline, but ultimately what I did was open Jay's website and I did a quick kind of like top down where I assessed continuity with copy here, wanting to kind of extend to make sure that our copy is the same height. So that means 4 sentences here. We talked a little bit about creating some consistency with borders here on the hover. We talked about unifying this logo so there is no border underneath here. We talked about creating some hot areas where we hyperlink to some keywords to some internal pages on the site that already exists. I love your community engagement. Did you make these graphics?
I did, but I do think that they are a little bit stale. Like those are things that I did when I was still using my dead name. So I think that some of the more recent stuff, like I feel like some of the press stuff could be community engagement.
Yeah.
And that they're kind of the thumbnails that I'm looking for.
All right. So let me jot that down where for community engagement.
Also, it looks like this has some spacing that's off because if you look at the one on Bezier and name your layers, there's no padding underneath.
On the bottom. So we need consistent padding on the thumbnails, on the thumbs. Yeah. And we also need to rework some media and move to community engagement. All right. I got it. Okay. And so then I kind of looked.
It needs to,
It needs some love. So for this section, we talked about just adding thumbnails and creating consistent content top down. I think maybe 7 or 8 lines per excerpt makes the most sense. Same radius consistency here. And Zian. And then we talked about, I absolutely love this footer. I'm actually going to refresh this for you guys so you can see. I love that this sword, which Jay has illustrated, does a really cool animation when I get to the footer. But we talked about reducing some spacing so that there isn't this huge space on the bottom. And then now you guys are caught up. So the very next thing that I did was I opened each of these social networks or social media icons in different tabs. And now I'm going to do a top-down audit of Jay's LinkedIn.
Do you think that I should have my Twitter on there or not? Because I do post some in the Hinge stuff. Yeah.
No.
It's where I get a lot of my professional, like, it's where people know me from. People know me from Twitter.
I know. But let me think about it. Let me get to the bottom and then let me think about it.
Okay.
Do you think that people are on Instagram looking for Figma Antichrist?
Like, should that be my username instead of Jay Austen?
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking, do you think that people go on LinkedIn and search for Figma Antichrist? Do people on Twitter think of you as Figma Antichrist, or do they think of you as Jay or Jay Austen?
I don't know, because I don't even know. The Figma people, when we were at Config, accidentally said my username wrong. They said Figma Anarchist, which is not quite the same.
but I love it. It still hits. Okay, all right, let me give you, in order for me to give you unbiased critique, I got to get from the top to the bottom. So,
Okay.
First impressions, I would remove this star before your name. Let it just be
No.
J. Austen. What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
So that star before my name is there specifically to see what recruiters are using bots to talk to me and what recruiters are actually typing in my name. Because it reads it as my name with the star in it.
Okay.
And so it tells me what
When they
recruiters are
message you.
actually wanting to talk to me.
Okay. It is a detractor for me, but is it possible to put it at the end? Does it need to lead? Because it will still show up at the end.
It needs to be in the first name.
All right.
And so to include that kind of branding, I use the star as the bullet on my LinkedIn.
Okay. And I see it
Because of
underneath
that.
and I love it underneath. All right. I'm going to keep going. LinkedIn cannot read the senior word because you have the emoji right connected to the S. So
yeah.
LinkedIn is going to read the actual key for the emoji with senior and then only read designer. And so I would remove emojis from this period. I don't think you need it at all. I think you need to just focus on, especially if you feel like this star is necessary, I would just keep to copy to have some level of like conservative professionalism to my first impression, right?
Okay.
Senior designer, design systems, web, UI, UX. Same thing here. If you have a / it's not going to read it. And brand, Pipe, Figma, Webflow, Adobe Illustrator, Pipe, podcast host, how they gave the art.
Okay. So
I would maybe think of we already talked about unifying the bio across everywhere, and I think that's what we will end up doing here. Let me get to the bottom and then I'll come back to the top. All right. Contact info takes me back to your website. Awesome. My mentor told me if I don't have at least 1,000 connections on LinkedIn, I'm not doing it right.
Well, I have
followers.
1,000. I have 1,000 followers and I have 961 connections. So I'm so close.
Okay. I would focus on hiring managers, recruiters at SaaS companies.
Okay.
Over the next few weeks, whenever you circle back to LinkedIn for prospecting.
Yeah. No, that's really good.
Open to
but
work.
I'm so close to being 1,000. Like I'm well on my way there.
Good. UI designer, brand designer. This looks great.
I do know that I need to add some pictures for DBT. I just haven't made those pictures yet because I have pictures.
You mean like the portfolio? You mean like the portfolio?
Under job, it lets you put pictures.
Yeah, but you can also put pictures above the fold, like right after
I
you're
didn't realize that.
About. You see my featured area here? So you have my about and then featured. And this can be images or links or whatever. Yeah, you can just kind of, it doesn't have to be connected to a project. You just create a design aesthetic just underneath your about. Howdy, I'm J. Austen. Howdy, I'm Jay Austin, a seasoned senior. Seasoned senior is a lot on the mouth. Seasoned senior web designer hailing from the vibrant city of Austin, Texas, with a focus on systems design. I've accumulated 7 years of rich experience across various industries, including hospitality, entertainment, consumer, social, financial services, and data. Sharing my passion for design, I actively mentor and teach fellow creatives, particularly diving deep into tools like Figma and Procreate. It's an honor to have been recognized as #1 on Webflow's 20 unique portfolios for 2024. My work is not just about aesthetics. I prioritize accessibility and robust design systems. Currently, I'm on the lookout for my next adventure. In education, activism, or entertainment, I would change this. I would maybe say education.
I think I can take out what industry I'm looking for altogether. Truly,
Yeah, I would.
I just want a job.
Yeah, I would say. I would get the word SaaS in here. Let me put it like that. Dive into my portfolio at J Austin. I don't think you need this at all, especially because it's not hyperlinked. Okay. And don't ever, 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 ever. You have a howdy up here. Do not end any sentences with an exclamation point. It forces people's voice to go up, and it creates a lack of seriousness to the sentence.
Got it.
There's really finality to the sentence. Like, visit my portfolio to see how I bring creativity and functionality together, period. You're declaring something. You're not
I just deleted. Yeah, I just deleted the last sentence altogether.
Perfect. Currently, I'm on the lookout for my next adventure. Hold on one second. And good afternoon. Sorry that we've been so rude. We've restarted the stream a couple times. Hello, everybody. On Twitch, thank you, everybody, for joining on IG for sure, and Twitter. All right, let's do a refresh.
Oh, someone on Twitch said hello to us a while back.
Yeah, it was Matt. I said hi to Matt before we restarted the live because he's such an incredible supporter. All right, where was I? About section. I like the part about looking for the next adventure. I would consider bringing that back in there. I like that it had the call to action, like, hey, I'm currently looking for my next adventure.
Yeah.
Where I infuse, what was that word that we used earlier?
Handmade.
Handcrafted visuals, you got it. Yeah. Into web experiences for it's really SaaS, bro. Anything outside of SaaS, it's hard, but for communities large and small, done. Okay.
Handcrafting visuals.
Handcraft. I don't know.
User interfaces and design systems or do I need to say all that?
For communities large and small.
But should I say the user interfaces and design systems?
Yeah, because you don't have it in here. But you also have systems design and design systems multiple times. So I don't think you need to talk about design systems. The emphasis should be on handcrafted visuals. But we can play with that closer. We don't have to solution that. Yeah. You can also play back the stream. Okay.
Yeah. What about if I say for like, I'm currently looking for my next adventure, handcrafting visuals for small businesses and large sauce companies alike.
Yep.
That way I have it in here.
Period. Yep. Loved it. Love it. I'm not going to go through your activity. All right. So my feedback.
And I can't add jaustin.com to this, right?
I would not. It's already up above. The person wants to get a succinct first impression. They want to see how you communicate about yourself. They want to see market differentiation, what makes you different, what makes you unique. And you want to entice them to look at your experience. That's what they come here for, to see your resume. And so again, your website is up at the top above the fold. I think it's perfect there. Again, please consider doing the little featured section here. I think it really helps to break up all this text that LinkedIn's got going on here.
Okay.
And then going into experience. Same thing about UX, UI. And then I'm going to give you the same feedback that I gave you on the website, which was, let's keep your bullets to be similar in height, in length. Okay. So you don't have to match it like, so every single one is 5 or every single one is 4, but you don't want one that has 2 and another one that has 8. You don't want one that has, where each of these sentences fit within, and then you have hanging lines here. So try to create some consistency and cohesiveness in the length of copy. Again, it just kind of illustrates attention to detail. And for me, copy drives design. That's just my ethos. And so I think when you create consistency in copy, it just shows that you have a keen attention to detail. Excellent job with skills. I don't know if I love this green background here.
It was the company's color. It was their main.
Does that matter?
But it doesn't matter. Honestly, you're right, because this is J. Austin design, not with.
Correct. So if there's a way to just replace that.
Yeah,
with
I can use
gray or white. Yeah. I think it feels jarring as the first experience, and it seems. Even though I can tell, even though I'm not clicking into the design, I can tell that you're showing this, and I get that, but I would pull the green so that I could just focus on that, and it doesn't look kind of like dated.
Fair.
Old as fuck. Okay.
Yeah, it's like the 2021 green.
Yeah. Same thing about breaking apart UX and UI. And I would use like UX UI in one of your titles, and then I would do user experience and user interface in a different title for SEO. Graphic designer, brand and marketing. Good job here. Just length. That's it. Just length of copy. That's all I want. I'm not going to go through line by line. But everything is beautiful, my love. This is really an outstanding work history, and you should be really proud of all that you've accomplished. In the past decade.
So sweet. Thank you. I appreciate you. That means a lot. Because you're like so good and have been doing this so much longer than me. So like
too long. Recommendations. I think you should solicit a few more of these. Mine are pretty old too. I mean, I got one this year.
I need to go through. I was gonna go through and write one for everyone that I used to work with and see if any came in.
Yeah, and I can help you with that pitch. You and I both can do that. There's been a couple people that are like, hey, do you need a recommendation or a testimonial? And I got a couple recommendation letters, but yeah, those need to translate to LinkedIn recommendations. And let me pull back here. All right, so that kind of concludes my LinkedIn deep dive. Next was Instagram, and then Behance, and then Dribbble, but I'm going to do Instagram last. So let's look at Behance. And I think Jay,
Oh no.
It's okay. So the dribble is actually a little more up to date. Save for like your hair is so much shorter now, but I absolutely love the color feel here. I love the way these colors just feel across all of these designs. Pulling that into the Behance, I think, is fire. I don't have a Behance. I think the
last time I updated Dribble was the last time I was looking for a job, so perhaps a year and a half to 2 years ago.
Okay.
The last time I updated Behance was when I was looking for a job before that, so 2020. So like the first thing that you see when you open Behance is one of my designs from when I was working for my college. And so it's like probably 2016, 2015.
Fair.
And so we want to update that 10-year-old design.
For sure. I really love the work you did for Create Remote. Okay. Content looks great. Spot is giving me some kudos saying that I'm in my element and that this is an MBA mic'd up moment for UX. Thank you. I love portfolio critiques. I love mentoring job hunters. I want to shout out Sean Collins and The Hunt space on Twitter. I believe they do it every Friday night. Sean Charles. Did I say Collins? I think I said Collins. Sean Charles. He's at Sean Basquiat on Twitter, and there are mentors that critique and give advice outside of just design, and so it's an incredible resource for anybody looking for a job.
I really like what Spot said here on Instagram. He said LinkedIn is so vanilla and entice them to look at your experience. Laws of seduction are at play, and he's right.
He is right. So let's the one quick thing that I saw that I want to get off my chest before we move forward is, yes, we want to unify these bios to all be the same with minor tweaks. So this one we're going to update, right? On Dribble, we're going to do the same thing on Behance. Okay. And then we're going to make it more aligned with the new bio that we did. Again, I don't have a Behance and I don't have a Dribble. I think once we're done with this exercise, I probably will take your lead and just create it, at least just to lock down my URL.
Because Dribble and Behance have amazing SEO, and they really establish you as a designer to other designers.
Okay.
Because when you have other designers looking at your work, that means that like they are looking up to you, you know?
For sure.
And so like having it on these professional sites just like reinforces that you are who you say you are.
So I had a very anxious feeling about Behance and Dribble a decade ago because I knew that my style of minimalism was so unique then, 10 to 15 years ago, and I really didn't want to put my shit out here. I also have never really had trouble finding work. So I was like, right, I would rather not have the SEO engines and the AI engines scraping all of that content. I think now I have a large enough catalog of UX UI work that there are things that are just out, so I could just put them out. Where before I was kind of like, oh my God, my aesthetic is so unique. I don't want to like, but yeah, I've grown past that. And I agree. I think being in design communities is something that I need to kind of like take a moment to embrace. For sure.
Because if you Google me, like, I think one of the first things that pops up is.
Now, I am not on. It's your website.
Oh,
but I'm also not on Google. That was DuckDuckGo. So let's try Google.
Oh, it's my Webflow and my Read CV.
I take privacy very serious.
And then my Workspaces article, and then my public LinkedIn.
Can I get a Google, motherfucker?
What?
No, we were looking. Yeah, we're looking at DuckDuckGo, but let me.
I was Googling.
With your images, this is a vibe. Your Read CV. Let me put that on my list. Read.cv.
That is like, that's part of Posts, which is a Twitter clone. So it was basically like you have your resume on Read CV, which is it's kind of a duo app. Like it's a Threads Instagram situation with Posts.
Fire. You are right, Spot. Did I lose you, Jay?
No, I'm here.
Oh, fuck. Hold on.
I'm here.
There you go. Okay. So Spot was talking about how companies that outsource, especially overseas, definitely would clone my work. My mentor lives south of Gujarat in India, and he was really attracted to my work. I think that now my Twitter has become popular enough, as has Jay's, that those few projects that I'm really proud of are already, like I said, live and out. Like they're out. And it would be very difficult to clone my website. Like the way that I've created 3D modeled elements and I wrap them around my mock-ups, and the way I add like, there are certain people that are now trying to bring that into their designs, but ultimately, like, you can't just clone my site. However, Jay's site is hella unique and bespoke, and they've cloned Jay's site, right?
Yeah.
And the reason they've cloned,
lots of time.
The reason they've cloned Jay's site is because Jay's SEO has been so spot on. Not only on Google, but also on Twitter. So Google has...
That's an accident, too.
Webflow, Read CV, Workspaces, XYZ. I want to be in Workspaces. And then your LinkedIn, but not your personal LinkedIn.
Right, which is weird.
Which is weird. And that could be...
I think that's because I have my LinkedIn on private.
That's cool. It could also be some of what we talked about with the star that you have before your name. It could also have to do with the emojis you have in the front of your bio. You're trying to stop the spiders from scraping your content, but also blocking the spiders from scraping your content.
Fair.
All right, so that could be it.
We want bots.
Webflow, Pinterest, awards for real?
Yeah.
Fuck you. How did you get nominated?
It's a pay to play, baby.
Oh my God.
Anyone can get nominated. You just pay $65.
So this one looks great. This basically identifies you as a industry, like well-respected industry professional.
Right. Without me having to do much.
For sure. And then here's Figma Antichrist. Interesting that they know that this is who you are.
I know, I hate it. Because I've tried to not.
It's far enough down. No, like nobody's doing all that. All right, cool. And then DuckDuckGo. I just use DuckDuckGo because of privacy.
Same, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so. Where were we? Okay, Dribble, Behance. Yeah, we're going to create uniformity. And then now, the Holy Grail. How are we on time? The Holy Grail is, shout out to our 35 viewers on Twitch. I have like the live in the other screen. So Instagram wants me to close the screen, which I will do right now. But we just did a rewrite of Jay's bio by adding a pipe, web brand, and UI next to Jay's name.
Mm-hmm.
Jay has a professional account, so designer still reigns true here. But then we rewrote a couple iterations of a bio, and I will open up Figma nowish and see. And look at some of the iterations of the bio to show you guys how we derived at the one that Jay went live with. Come on, Figma. I love this song so much. All right, bet. All right, so I think one of the things that I was trying to drive home, and I've taken a lot of lessons from social marketing companies that do SEO optimization of Instagram profiles. And then I just did one with a project about a month and a half ago. But kind of like number one is, if you're using your Instagram for SEO, is making sure that whatever your title is or whatever you're aiming to do, that exists next to your name. Above the fold. It's the equivalent of, hey, Matt's back on Switch. It's the equivalent of an H1 on a website. Okay, so your title and your name in Instagram and Facebook, but in Instagram is the equivalent of the H1 on a website. It's the very first thing that the search engines and spiders and Instagram's new AI is going to read to figure out who you are, right? And so I think designer is the right place to have you. There's a couple of other creative, but I think designer is perfect. And then Jay really loves to identify themselves as web witch. And so we played with, web witch and brand lead, lives for visual and user interface design was V1. Then we went into web witch, focus on visuals that convert user interface and design systems. And then web witch focused on handcrafted visuals, which I think was the holy grail. That's really Jay's market differentiation. User interfaces and design systems. And then we also tried to add a few hashtags in here. Jade, were you able to do that from your phone and get them to be hot?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Matt is twitching. Matt, I miss you. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for joining and for supporting us. We're doing a little bit of a portfolio review here. Fun times. So you said yes. I'm going to open you up on IG and see. Oh, they're clickable. Ooh, this looks gorgeous, y'all. Can y'all see this? Wait, let me disable performance mode so I can see.
Thank you. Matt is twitching, always supporting the homie. Thanks, Matt.
Hold on, I've got to switch my headset. I'm back. Can you hear me? Oh no. Are you talking? Oh, you're talking and I can't hear you. No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Do I have the right one in? Yo. Okay, wait. Yo. All right, give me 2 seconds. Let me get my phone to let go of the Bluetooth, and I'll be right back with you, Jay. All right, let's try this one more time. Good. Thank you, Matt. Jay, can you hear me? Oh, Matt can hear me. Everybody can hear me but you guys. But Matt can hear, so let me go back to you. Main display. All right, let me see how quickly. Let me bring them together and see if that brings you back. I don't hear you yet. Hold up. Hold up. I'm restarting my whole Bluetooth life. And thank you, Matt. All right, Jay. Sound check? No, I can't hear you. Fuck. Can you guys hear Jay? Can you hear Jay, Matt? I know, you're dancing. Can you hear Jay? You can hear me, but you can't hear Jay because I can't hear Jay either. All right, I'm going to restart Jay and see if that brings Jay back. Just a second, Jay. I'm resetting you. All right, Jay, I've got you back. I can see you and I can hear you, and I have successfully made the jump.
I love it.
Yeah. Matt, do you hear Jay? Spot, do you hear Jay?
Y'all better.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid that when I was charging my headphones separately. And then I kind of forgot to switch them, which is not very smart, but now I'm gonna. Awesome. All right, I'll keep you in the left ear. Can you hear me now? Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was trying to show off Jay's IG. Jay is the spot. And it looks, can I do that? Can I line it in a way that it's straight? Get it at this fucking so hard.
I can
okay.
see it. It
there
says,
it looks
yeah,
so good.
it says Web Witch with what? I mean, it's probably so tiny that.
Nah, it's fire. Let me cap it. It's fire. Web Witch focus on handcrafted visuals, user interfaces, and design systems. Can you put a period at the end of design systems? Figma, Procreate, Illustrator. This is beautiful.
Thank you so much for helping me. This is
beautiful.
Lovely.
This is beautiful. I would maybe like to see a few of the other projects that I love here.
Yeah, I need to definitely add it.
And you can go slowly.
Matt's just like, Joy showing off.
Yo, I am. That shit look lit. It feels good. Let's see how your analytics.
But if I put the period, won't that fuck up?
Put the period at the end. Period is not the same as a pipe or a / Matt will tell you.
Cool.
Matt is a dev, a real dev. All right. So that kind of puts us to a point of finality on like my critique of your vibe on the internet.
Thank you.
That
was like such a thorough. So should I should still go through and update my bios and stuff, but like overall, like,
do the bios and photos right now. It takes 10 minutes. Open each of them, update the bios, update your photo. Okay? Don't worry about the projects right now. Your number one focus is the website, because that is where you're linking everybody to. Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. You're like, jaustin.com over and over again. You're like yelling it into the void. Okay. So I would focus on, and I promise I will put this short list into Asana for you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I love you.
8. I have 9 tickets for you. So I will put them in Asana today. And then you could literally go through the punch list, and that will keep you honest. And that's my way of holding you accountable and also making sure that we've targeted all those things. On top of the things that you want to do, like, what was it called? What was running it through what? Running our resumes through?
ATS resume checker.
Let me write that. ATS resume checker. Okay. Acronyms can be evil. So what does ATS stand for?
Applicant tracking system.
Applicant tracking system. And can you tell our audience what an applicant tracking system is?
Yes. So a lot of companies nowadays employ an HR software that is essentially a bot that goes through and scans your resume to make sure that you have the experience that they're looking for and qualified for. So applicants that have experience that most closely matches the job description get pushed to higher priority in the list, therefore making it more likely for recruiters to want to talk to you.
This is clever. DocX?
Yeah. Because sometimes the DocX reads better than the PDF.
Of course it does. Now, I don't have a DocX. I have a PDF, and then I have a text file. Okay.
And I get like in my form, I get a lot of form spam, but I also get a lot of people that are like, can I like use your portfolio to like base my portfolio off of? Can I use your resume? I love how you set up your resume. Can I base mine off of that? Can I?
And what do you say? And what do you say?
Of course. Usually, unless they are copying my code. There was like one guy that was like going through and rebuilding my site, but like on WordPress for like a paid thing, and I haven't responded yet. Because I was just like, I don't want
No. You have to reply, and you say the cost to license my template is.
You know what? Fair. But also they only got like 12 views on YouTube, so I wasn't really worried about it.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you as an artist, you need to be super comfortable with licensing. So more recently, I've had 2 different artists on Twitter ask me if they could use my little logo with the red lips as if they could create a painting based on my picture. And so there's the back and forth of, how are you using it? Oh, I have a private seller. Okay. After the private seller has purchased it, are you making merch? Are you, right? What are you going to do digital things later? What's your, right? And then, okay, this is the cost to use my likeness in this capacity. This is the cost to use my likeness in that capacity, right? So I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be comfortable licensing your work for sure. And to be honest, you could take this whole thing, make a Webflow template, and then make a new thing next week, and then you'll just be on to the new thing.
Yeah.
Right? That's the beauty of being an artist and a designer, is that, like, if this is something that excites people and thrills people, there might be a way to monetize on it. Okay, I'm done with my little TED Talk.
No, I love it. This is
so I absolutely love this. I am not 100% comfortable putting my PDF on the web, but I am comfortable with putting my timeline on there.
Typically take off my phone number from the one that I put on the web, and sometimes my email address too.
Yeah, I think if I'm going to put one on the web, I'm going to remove my phone number and my email, just have a link to a form on the site, and I might even remove my last name. I might just go by Joy on that version, but that's also a good segue. I'd love to open up my PDF portfolio and get some feedback from you on that.
I would love to. Can you also share with me the link in Figma just so I can?
Sure. I'm gonna because I was gonna take, or you can just comment in Figma actually. So I'm gonna they're both in Figma. They're both in Figma. All right. If anybody wants a deep dive on SEO optimization of names and bios for Instagram, please hit me up and let me know, and I can do a deep dive on some of the research that I found. Your portfolio, Jay. Not having a mouse is kind of frustrating. Oh, okay. So your design system work is going to start here, bro. All right. I'm going to close it. All right. My resume is in here. I think it's all the same doc, but really? Double clicking doesn't work? Can you open? Can you listen to me?
I'm listening to you. Also, Matt says, am I?
I'm talking
I don't
to
know
Figma.
about that.
I'm talking to Figma. I said that Matt is loved. And so he's doing this self-deprecating thing that he does. It's like his bit. So that I could say it over and over again. You know, it's like his fetish.
Oh,
Yeah.
Understood. Men being men. Got it.
Who are you in here? Does it know who you are? It doesn't know who you are, even though we've been loving each other for all this time. It's okay.
I think it's my dead name.
No.
Because Figma's,
Yeah. You need to change it on Figma.
I've tried.
Oh, because HT did it. We'll talk about that offline. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk about that offline. So this is a PDF, and let me pull open the PDF for you. Is it this? Yeah. So I'm just gonna run through the PDF real quick, and then you can critique me in Figma. All right, so page 1, page 2.
Okay. I wish I could make this bigger, because it's really hard for me to actually see it.
What I'm showing you on the screen? Okay, I can also...
That's why if you could just...
I think the easiest thing would be for me to also just drop it to you. So I just dropped it. Yeah. Is that cool to send in an iMessage, or do you want a link? Because I can give you a Dropbox link. So there's a Dropbox link to the resume, and then to the portfolio, and then I have a text version of my resume. Which I'm going to drop into iMessage for you, and then I'm going to paste the Dropbox link for that. And the resume is in here. The resume is I think it's in here. Yeah, it's in here in 2020.
Okay.
So the resume is in here.
Okay, so already liking this. Human experience, design engineer. That's great. People are really looking for design engineers right now. Some things that I noticed right off the bat.
Yes.
Okay, so the before and the after. It confuses me a little bit because for a second I thought it might be interactive, like a swipe or something.
Well, you're looking at a PDF.
Yeah, you're right. But it looks good.
It feels interactive.
Yes.
Is there a way to make it less interactive? Is it because of this?
Well, there is. I don't know if you can tell, but I think one thing that would help is aligning the background to the screenshot. Because right now it looks like the background is 5 pixels to the right of the screenshot. The green background.
Come into the Figma file so that I can see your mouse?
I would love to. Did you send me a link just now?
I did. It was the first one. It was the first
Dropbox. Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Let me,
hop in here. I do hunt for divs. Design engineer. Hey, Michael.
What is this green? It's not in the...
It's not in the PDF?
No. This green line is not. And that's why I was giving you the feedback I was, because the green background wasn't aligned.
Did I send you the wrong file?
Well, I'm just saying maybe this green line is outside of whatever frame. So maybe the green line didn't export. I
sent you the wrong one. Let me kind of delete the one that I sent you. My bad.
Okay. But no, it's looking really good. And as I go through, I'm gonna give you some more just like nitpicky ass critique.
And can you do that in... Can you comment as you're moving in Figma? Is that too much to ask?
No, I'm doing it. So I'm going to say, when we go down to your professional summary where it says a fintech sauce for better business.
Yeah, let me follow you. Okay, I'm following you now.
Yeah, I think you need to add just a little bit of space here. It just...
For sure.
It feels too close together for all this negative space around it. And I just need, it feels like the space in between the two headlines, the two is bigger than the space between that and these H2s here.
I love that. Can you add the comment for me?
I did already.
Awesome.
and that feedback goes on every single slide, because as you go down your web with your copy, I think
I can do that.
But I think on the web with the copy, it's the slide next to it that says web and mobile experiences so truly can grow. This one is not nearly as bad as when it has the H2s. I think the distance of these, because they're supposed to be another section, I think this you could maybe add 10 pixels, whereas this could use like 20. You know?
Okay, comment that.
Add a little space, but not a lot. And this one's just add space. I love all caps for eyebrow text. There's some conflicting research that all caps is just bad. For people to read in general, but I don't think it matters for eyebrow text. But I have noticed a shift in eyebrow text to becoming sentence case. At least that's the way it was in my old company. I'm gonna give you some feedback that you give me. Which is make sure
I can't, because that is the length of their promise. That's their length of their promise. So do I pull the promise out and give it and represent it differently? Because that is literally their promise. That is literally their vision. That is literally their mission.
No, I think what you can do is make the promise like a full width one, and then make vision and mission.
Give me that comment. Give me that comment. Oh yeah. This feels nice. This is like...
Yeah, because it's like you already have a great foundation. And it's the same with my website. Like it's good. We did all that good work the last time we were looking. So now we get to really refine and upscale and show just how much more professional we've grown through flawless execution.
Okay.
You know?
This feels so nice. I have not had one critique. I mean, when I first started working on this, Jackson and Fuji, and there were a few other designers that came into those my very first streams when I had like 3 views. And they were the ones that like gave me some support on picking iconography and that sort of thing. But I just kind of riffed it. I just followed my heart with layout here. So there's not really a design system. You know what I mean? I just followed my heart, which was freeing. And this is the first time that I've ever done a portfolio in Figma. You know, I had to pull everything out of Photoshop and like recreate my scenes and that sort of thing. I would like to make this a prototype so it's a bit of a slideshow, but I'm not there yet.
No worries. Okay, so as we go down, I'm also going to be a little nitpicky. That's copy where it says a color infused winged mascot made Metwork take flight.
Really should be feel like it infused.
Yeah, well, first of all, color infused should have a hyphen because infused winged, but it's
winged.
But the way that the EDs are winged, infused winged, like I just don't like the 2 EDs next to each other
together. Okay.
Yeah. And I think that made sounds very like past tense, whereas be limitless sounds very commanding and present. Or but I don't know if makes is the right word. I think lifts Metwork to the next level, like making that verb be the Metwork to the next, I don't know, next level. I don't know, I'm not the
best at copy. It's okay.
Yeah,
give me a little comment there to sprinkle some sugar on copy, and I will come back to it.
I'm just gonna write copy sugar here.
Yeah, ingredient
copy sugar.
Mascot. And I also I think I'm gonna give the temporary to make Metwork take flight, and then I'll come back to it later.
Okay, so on this next slide, you have a little bit, like, I love the space you have between this paragraph and these bullet points. I hate this space.
Okay, you want that to be less, so they're together.
No, I need it to be more.
Yeah.
The strengths and weaknesses. The word.
Do you want to just
almost
that should
like
all be
about
auto
to
layout?
Bleed into over.
Do you want to just do it?
Well, if you want to auto layout it, yes, but it looks
is
like
already.
This space
That's
is
what I'm
bigger
saying.
than this space almost. Like the between opportunities and threads looks bigger than strengths and weaknesses. The space in between.
And I bet you. Let me go to where it is.
Yeah, I just think it needs to be double whatever space you gave it.
No, I think it's. I think it's a mistake actually. Let me take a look.
I'm glad that we're going over these with a fine-tooth comb then.
For sure. And I wonder if I did that anywhere else. How's that?
That looks much better as far as the strengths and weaknesses space, but I think you should mirror that in the opportunity space. But I realize if you do that, then it's going to make it 5 lines, so maybe no. Looks fine.
It shouldn't make it 5 lines. I actually did bring them both. So both of these rows have
Spot
21.
Thanks, Spot.
21. I love how Spot so effortlessly is navigating between your live and my live. It's actually slightly concerning, but I'll address that later. All right, so they're both at 21 pixels. I think the hanging line has to do with the text.
Why 21? That is such a random number that is not divisible by 8. Why is it not 24?
I don't use 8. Yeah, I use the golden ratio for my design. So that's divisible of 7. $35 seems to be better.
Okay.
But the word competition is what's creating that weird vibe.
Yeah. I think there should be a little more space between the understanding, the H2, and then the paragraph also.
So I'm going to do that on all of them, between all the H2s.
So you're
going to,
make it a design system. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do that. I have, yep, I'll do that. All right, but I'm glad that we addressed that little bit of space here, height-wise, and I am following you, so.
Okay, so I'm going to keep going. I like this. I think these are not standardized. I can kind of tell that there's just a little bit more room here than there is here, or it is at least visual. So I'm going to add some space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if I could put a quick pin right here remember where you were saying that you were under an NDA and you couldn't really show all of the details. This was one of those things where I was like, how can I creatively show that I built this brand without pulling out all of the initial pieces that were in our brand guide? And so this is actually not the full breadth of color that was in that design system, but I picked a couple points that I felt like really spoke to the differentiation and the courage, right, that it took to kind of use these color points that are pretty vibrant. So I kind of wanted to just bring that to your attention as you were trying to navigate through, what can you share, what can't you share. You can, repurpose content that's not exactly what you used for them.
This is good. I think that you are kind of missing an opportunity here when you introduce this to not be showing some of the swimwear.
So look at some of the swimwear.
It might be on another slide, but like even here, I'm not seeing. I don't get swimwear brand from this. I get Instagram brand-ish.
Yeah, but and this was a website for that is cool. I can grab some of the Shopify. That's a really great comment. Can you give me that? If you could give me that, and a comment is to not lose the opportunity to display some of the swimwear work. I did so much work on the Shopify site live and on the stream last month and the month prior. And so the Shopify site is really golden, excuse me. That other picture that you were looking at was actually a WordPress site for the fitness plan.
Yeah, it kind of feels a lot more like a blog than it does a swimwear site. And so I would just even the social media stuff you were showing me, the social media audit and stuff. There. I think that's also.
All right, so I'm going to do I'm going to add the social media redesign, because I might even talk about that. And then do you feel like I need to show a mock on that page where there's copy, the page prior? I like these text only slides, but do I need a graphic
introducing the project, you absolutely need a graphic
logo.
If there's
how about just logo,
even if the title slide is just like a lookbook of one large image that takes up 2/3 of the screen, and then the logo on the 1/3 side. Does that make sense? So
on She Does, you want a 2/3, 1/3 split where my copy is on the left and the logo is on the right.
No,
the way I did it, no.
I mean, yeah. So how you have the split on your Truly before and after slide.
What about Metwork?
I want to see that, but mirrored.
What about the Take Flight page that we just looked at with the Metwork logo? It's keep going. This one? No, go back. Up. No. Up. Right there. I think that with just the logo could be clean, but I will try it both ways and then comment to you. So give me the clear definition again. 2/3 of design or 2/3 of copy?
I think it should be exactly how you have this Truly slide, where it's 2/3 of this design with a cutoff screenshot. But I think it should be mirrored so that it's 2/3 on the left-hand side,
and 1/3
and
on
then
the right.
1/3 on the right, and the 1/3 on the right is this white background or this grayish, and then you have the company logo. So you see the work and the company that it's for as
work and
title
logo
slide,
and then the text
and
slide.
Yeah, I think work, logo, and then maybe you could say like brand design, or like what you did for them, like introduce this section as, okay, now I'm going to talk about Truly Financial and the branding I did for them. Now I'm going to talk about the web design that I did for the Flyaway brand that I can't remember the name of, Metverse or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Network.
Intro before each new project. I'm trying to do that without adding a bunch of additional slides. How do I lead prior to Truly? Do I go into text? What's the page before? I can't hear you randomly.
Oh, I'm not saying words.
I just go into Truly. I just go into
you just go design. Right into it.
And so you
got to think about how you would talk through and present this if you were presenting this to a design team. And so think about like an outline. You've got your title of your talk. Then you have your top 3 projects and what you did for them, and then 3 bullet points, and each of those bullet points would be a slide. Kind of thing.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, just make it a little more structured so that it'll help you present in job interviews.
Okay, cool. And then also, this is all coming in handy because I am going to work on the portfolio site.
Yeah.
All right, we were up to She Does, I think. Do you want me to take you there?
Let me scroll. Yeah, so
She Does. She Does, right? That's the swimwear brand. And so I'm going to work on that new layout for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next
one is... Why you tell me about a 3D smoothie render, but I'm not seeing it on this slide?
I had them opposite, but I had it opposite where it was the project design and then the words. But there's not really enough room to do both. I could make an effort to do these 1/3, 2/3 splits that you're talking about. This would fit there.
Well, this one doesn't even need to be a split. Just throw the smoothie render here and throw a lettuce render right here, like the scene is staged. But facts. Keep your text right here.
All right. So for More Life Juice, you want me to grab the smoothie render? What was the other thing?
Yeah, like stage it like a scene. So like grab your smoothie render, show it on the slide where you talk about the smoothie render. Then maybe some of this rendered lettuce or something, like stage a scene like you have this scene staged.
Facts.
But with
just the elements
in the middle.
Yeah. All right, I can do that. Hey, Jordan, thanks for joining.
I love this.
The Kuala Lumpur.
This is good. Yeah, but I can't see. This is an old iPad, and there's not a lot of space in between. I can
fix that a little bit. This is a really old site, actually. This site is...
I can tell that this is old, and you're not even seeing the desktop site, and I feel like the desktop site's the best experience of the site.
Okay, maybe I will consider. I do have an iMac that's laid down, so maybe I'll consider that. This is also a pretty old render. I removed some of the iPad things, but I can also not use a tablet and just use, a rectangle with the shadow. So give me a little comment there to tell me to rethink this scene and to highlight the desktop experience.
Okay.
And yeah, this is one of the oldest. I think this is the oldest project that I have here. I've iterated a few times.
Yeah, but you can tell because you've moved on from shit like this. Like this is.
Should I pull it?
I think you should, because this is very div block and text to me in ways that doesn't look good.
Let's pull it. Let me get rid of them. And then the next one is also pretty old. All right, so we're going to go into the fitness brand.
Hold on. I got to leave you some comments about that smoothie. I forgot.
Oh, take your time. I'm following you. Thank you for pulling up, Jordan. It's really nice to see you. And hi to everybody on Twitter. Thank you for joining. Jay is in the middle of a very honest critique of my portfolio, which is
already, I want to be very clear. I am giving you a lot of critical feedback.
I love it.
But only because it already looks so good that I can only be just a little nitpicky on each one. I'm going over it with a fine-tooth comb, but baby, you've already done like 90% of the work. This is just icing. You've done it.
I bow to your greatness. I think I need to get this on the web. And that's the biggest thing, is that it just doesn't exist on the web. And we'll look at my resume when you're done with this. And I'd love to give your feedback on that. I think we're at the second to last project. This one we did brand story. And then I did the initial branding of their website. And I did the business card design. It is old.
Yeah.
I pull it?
The problem that I have with that is not this. First of all, what is this tablet scene? It's like unrealistic.
It's actually a
frame.
Yeah, it's a photo frame instead of being a tablet. Would you rather it be a tablet?
No, I would rather it not be any of this at all. Delete the cactus. Delete the sunglasses.
Give me comments.
That don't. Okay.
Give me
These
comments.
sunglasses are not even. It doesn't make sense because your business cards would not be bigger than sunglasses.
Facts.
So
Scale.
I think that you should delete all of these, because your whole big thing here is your brand story. And I can't even read your brand story. And not only that, but your brand story is not going to be SEO, and it's not going to be searchable because it's an image.
All right, so how about we do brand story and business cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feature this more, feature it, because brand story is what you talk about. So brand story is what I should featured.
Read. Facts.
Right.
Give me a comment on that.
Yeah, done. Also, these are in a weird shadow that doesn't make it
clear.
Yeah.
That's some old Photoshop things. Yeah. I'll think about it. I'll think about ways to make them brighter and clearer, especially if I don't have to think about scale.
Yeah.
Makes things much easier for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, thank you for the retweet. I appreciate you. And if you have any feedback, Matt, please jump in.
I don't really like this scene. And it's not your fault. It's, simply that this style of showing things off, first of all, a mouse with an iPad doesn't make sense. If you want to have this scene creation, you should have an Apple Pencil here, but this is also a dated iPad.
Another dated iPad. This project, I rushed to add this project because I realized that I had forgotten to highlight it. I think it needs
Mm.
a brand new scene, something
Yes.
way more simple, like what I did for Truly. So Truly is the most recent one that I did. So what?
I think a lot of designers, this looks very Apple website to me. And
Okay.
what a lot of designers don't realize when they take all of their stuff from Apple website, like inspiration, is that Apple is not trying to sell you what is on the screen. They are trying to sell you the
The
hardware and the
hardware.
products. So all of their crazy angles and stuff like that isn't going to be the best for displaying your work. Here, it's more featured the iMac than your work of Flossie
Facts.
or like the financial wing woman thing. And it's not even mocked up like I would see it on the website because this looks like a PowerPoint slide and it's bleeded to the edges to the point that there's not even enough negative space around that menu. And this isn't how I would
Facts.
see it because I would see the browser. So
All
I
right.
think that
So
your Truly
closer to
style is
Truly
how
style.
you should do all of your scenes because you want to feature
Facts.
your work. You don't want to feature hardware, especially
Facts.
outdated hardware.
All right, and then you see Truly was just a rounded rectangle with a shadow I made in Figma. It wasn't even a mock, right? Because I was just like, fuck that, right? So I love that. Just give me a comment on like deconstruct, more like Truly, and this is an easy layup. Sarah, hi. Rick, it was nice seeing you join.
What were you saying?
No, I was saying hi to Rick, who joined, and Sarah, who pulled up. And I just said, give me the comment about deconstructing, and then we're done with this. Anything I need to add, or are these projects solid in content?
I think that you should have projects in your portfolio that are the work that you want to do in the future.
Okay.
Do you do copywriting? Do you want to continue doing copywriting?
I
I
think,
think that right now your portfolio has too diverse of a range of projects
okay.
because you have focus on story, but you also have branding, but you also have UX. But UX is where you're going to be making your money. Like product design is where you're going to be making your money. So if you want to get more product design roles in the future, all three of your portfolio projects should speak to different aspects of product design rather than three different, like copywriting is a different job.
I fuck with that, while also I need you to understand that every UX role that I've gotten, the differentiation between me and the person who didn't get the job was the fact that I knew copy and could author user flows without having a UX copywriter on staff. So, but I think there's a way to meet somewhere in the middle where I think getting the brand story in there is cool. Let me think about that project. I don't think that I necessarily need it. I think Ford Fitness is also one of the old ones that, yeah, it was cool that I work with an Olympic cyclist, but it's not in alignment with working at a SaaS company or, right? So also the client is not where I want to go. So I would be okay with scrapping it. I do talk about copy and whatever contribution I made to copy in my little, case study write-ups. So I think I can probably do without it and have a strong portfolio, especially if I bring the swimwear stuff in here and rework Flossie for sure. I love that critique. And then, so I don't need more. That's real. That was really my key question. I don't need
I would
more.
rather you have three really strong projects that establish you as like who you are, which is a badass product designer, then I would see you try to speak to different stuff. I don't mind if you feature some copywriting on your web portfolio. I think that's still very useful.
Okay.
And I think you should have it on your web portfolio as a case study. But in this particular, like for product roles, I think that you should show off your copywriting skills through the copy on the slides.
Facts. Okay. And that exists. I mean, I don't think there's anything that I show here that I didn't write the copy on. Even for Truly, like I tweaked it. Like, so I've always rewritten the copy when we drop the design. So that's fire. Can we do a quick, do you need a break? Are you okay on time?
I'm okay on time. I could use a break to just finish my oatmeal and drink water.
I wanted to switch over to the 2023 page. So can you take your break? We'll both break for
You want to break
5? You need more?
Okay.
Break for 5?
No, I think that's fine.
All right, cool. Break for 5, and then I'll meet you back here at 5:05 my time. What is that, 4:05 your time?
Are we shutting the stream off, or are we?
I'm not. I'm just gonna actually put our little logo title card, and then I'll shut it back on exactly in 7 minutes.
Cool. Sounds good to me. I will hide my camera.
All right. Bye, baby.
Bye, baby.
See you in a sec. You are funny, Matt. Thank you, everybody who stuck around. We'll be back in a minute. Jay, we're back.
Oh, hi.
Welcome back. So Matt is over on Twitch where the conversation is happening, by the way, saying that he needs a new coding playlist, but he can't get it right. It's not ratchet enough. Matt, do you use Apple Music or Spotify?
Lo-fi Tupac. I'm dead.
Hilarious.
Well,
Tupac period is hilarious, but Twitch is fire, y'all. Everybody who is on Instagram, please follow on Twitch. It's where the conversation happens and where I think we're the most active in chat, but we are also streaming live to YouTube and both me and Jay's IGs. Jay is Jay Austin, JeyAustn on Twitch and
on Twitch I'm Sita Seti. On Instagram I'm JeyAustен, and on Twitter I am Figma Antichrist.
There we go. All ats. I am at Joy Jetson, JoiJetson everywhere. But we would really love if you would follow us on Twitch. No matter which one of these sites go down in flames, we will always consistently go live on Twitch. So
real. Too real.
Oh, let me bring you in here. Oh, follow me for a second in the Figma file. And then when I see your little
the Figma file.
There we go. All right, now I'm going to follow you. So you've got 2 pages there of my visual resume. And so part of this, I would like to bring this aesthetic into the website and then go more traditional for the resume. So that was my intent.
Fight you on this, but only for like a few things.
Oh, for sure. And this is a pretty old design, but this brought me in 200 fans and they felt like the visual resume sold me. So it's super weird. The executive team actually had this huge conversation about it. And the lead UI designer at the time was like, the reason that her resume is visual is to show us that she knows how to present information. And all right, so do your thing.
So
I'm following you.
Love a good visual resume, don't get me wrong, but what I'm going to tell you is some stuff that I've seen about visual resumes, which is 2 things. 1, it is not text SEO ATS resume friendly at all, but you already know that.
Yeah.
So
and I have a text version. So when I'm uploading, when I apply for any gig and I upload my resume, I upload the text file or the PDF of that text, which is top down, read only, has descriptions of everything. I only share this resume like 5% of the time. I usually just share my LinkedIn profile and a portfolio, right? Or I'm filling out form fields.
Okay. Well, I really like it. First of all, are you sharing your screen right now? Because your whole address on here.
Yeah, that's my business address. It's okay.
Okay.
That's my studio number. That's my business phone number. That's the studio email. That's the studio booking link. So those are all things that you can find if you go to restudio.org.
Okay.
But I'm probably going to get rid of it if I make this resume downloadable on the website. I'm just going to have, like a booking link.
The problem with this is it tells me you have a lot of bars that are kind of doing the same thing, telling you how experienced you are in different things. But you have different hierarchies for what they mean. So like, okay, first of all, these bars, your first screen bars on your before the fold.
Hold on, wait. Let me follow you again, because I thought I was following you, and then following you.
So these green bars before the fold. First thing I notice, why are the ones that are longer not the strongest in color?
Oh, that's interesting.
And then why are they not evenly spaced? What is this?
Oh, mistake. Comment to me in that. I also think we might be able to do away with the bars, but
because so that was what I was going to say next.
I think just the logos could be cool near the bottom.
I don't like just the logos. And the reason that I don't like just the logos is because the first person that's going to look at your resume is a recruiter, and recruiters have a list in front of them of what they should be looking for, but they don't always know what the logo is. Like, I don't know what I see WordPress, Illustrator. I don't know what this little XY thing is. I don't know what this diamond is. So that's
Visual Studio Code, and the other one is Jira. So logo with title.
I think, yeah, a logo with title is the way to go there. I see that you have them down here. But the other thing about this is bars and stuff like this actually shows what you're not experienced in. And like it shows your strengths, but it also shows your weaknesses.
Okay.
So you got to kind of be careful about that,
and if I remove the bars and I just have if I remove the bars and I just have logos with the name of the software like underneath it and closer to the footer, I just think it needs less, and I'm okay with pulling that. What is that? Hexagon? It's not a hexagon. It's a hexagon. Hexagon is 6. Pentagon? That's a pentagon. Yeah. I can pull the pentagon from there as well. Because do you feel like it makes storytelling looks like storytelling is a weakness? Okay.
Yeah. And it makes you look like visual design is a weakness.
Yeah.
And that you don't know Jira.
Oh, with the bars to the left.
With all of your bars.
Okay.
Makes it look like you don't know visual design, Jira, or storytelling, so why are they on your resume? That's why I don't like the levels, because if you have a regular resume where you just say what you know, you're not telling how much or how little you're skilled. You're just saying that you have those skills.
I fuck with that. Okay, cool. I love it. Hey, Fuji. Pull up on Twitch, Fuji. We want to hear from you. Okay. I love that. Are you giving me some comments there, or
I don't really know what to comment.
There's two. There's remove bars, period. So we're going to remove bars totally, and we're going to remove the pentagon.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
I like the pentagon because it reminds me a lot of like your brand workshop type stuff.
Okay.
But
and so maybe I will rework it once I get rid of the bars. There's going to be more space, and I could also consider condensing this into one page, which means that I would have to get rid of some of the projects. You want me to update? So Sarah, thanks for pulling up on Twitch. Sarah wants me to update the picture.
Absolutely. Also,
To
because
the
you
one
have
from
like your
Paris.
lipstick one.
I
You
don't know.
have.
Is the
I
lipstick
understand
one
not wanting to use that.
okay? But I have
But
I have the Paris one.
yeah, this one's from like what, 2018, 2017. You don't look like that
Yeah.
anymore. You
All
don't use
right,
curly
facts.
hair. You have straight hair
Facts.
now. Like that's your
Facts.
brand.
All right,
Like what are you
facts.
doing?
Can you give me a
I
comment
don't know
on the
her.
picture so I don't forget? Sarah, love you. Thank you.
The other thing is, well, I guess you would want this. It exposes people's biases when they see
A brown
uh,
person.
a brown person, a
Mm-hmm.
woman, all
Mm-hmm.
sorts of stuff. And so you don't want to put a picture on there unless it's
Sarah,
like
if you want me to
super
take a new one,
professional.
then you've got to set up that shoot in Orlando. Tell me when to pull up.
But the other thing is, would you want to work with people that would discriminate you like that?
Right. That's why I love having the picture, because it automatically draws a line.
Yeah.
I already do not participate. I used to in the beginning, but I don't participate in any of the diversity surveys. Period.
Yeah, like I won't put gender on it.
I only respond to
ever.
veteran.
You
I
don't
cannot-
take one by the beach.
I
You're just
can't.
out there in a flowy little
can't.
dress.
I
looking
can't.
all-
I can't. Okay. So, and then right. So like I was saying, I think that if I decide to pull all of these bars, maybe we keep the pentagon. I will do 2 iterations of this for you, one with and without the picture, with mindfulness of wanting it to just be a downloadable on the website. So I'm also going to remove a lot of this other data, which is not doesn't matter.
So
But I'm wondering how it will read being in 3 columns with ATP. Was that it? And so I think I should do this iteration and then we run it through. Like, what are you thinking?
I don't know if this will show up in one anyway. You don't even have your last name on here, BB.
No.
Like this is meant to be looked at by a human.
Yeah. So this is my. Can you take a look at the screen? This is what Yeah. Sorry. Oh no. If you could look on the stream screen, because I'm sharing it. I have a text. This is my text version.
And you're not sharing your screen with me in the stream.
I can fix that. That's light work. Hold on. I don't know why it decides when we go and come back. You should see it now. Do you see this?
Yes, all the
just
code
regular
shit.
text. It's just regular text only.
Yeah.
So this is what I upload if it's like
That's really smart.
If it's if it's like a form where you upload your resume and then it populates the resume with that information, which a lot of the job sites use, I think Greenhouse and like a lot of the job sites use. This is what I upload, and this is everything is perfectly formatted. So this is what I would want to
so I can tell it, because this is great. This is some good
this
shit.
is what I run through this is what I would want to run through ATP. And I'm gonna drop it in your iMessage. Hold on. And is that it? Yeah, just a text document. And then I have a PDF version of that too, because sometimes yes, correct, it passes AI. I have a PDF version of it. Sometimes they only support PDF or DocX. So I have a PDF version of this text file. that I also use for AI when I'm, like I said, when I'm using one of those job sites. But on LinkedIn, I just share my portfolio. I fill out the form and I just share my portfolio. On Upwork, same thing. I just write my cover letter, fill out the portfolio. If I'm communicating with clients on social media, I just send them my portfolio. So it's like either you feel my aesthetic through my portfolio or you don't. The resume is not my, lead inbound traffic generating source or, income generating source.
So fair.
And then how do you feel about the timeline of the journey and not having descriptions of every single job? And then we can come off of this topic.
Stop scratching the furniture, bitch asshole. Sorry.
Okay.
I like it.
You do?
I would honestly look up how theater people format their resumes.
You find me one. And you link me to it or throw it in the Twitch.
The reason I say theatrical resume is because I think that design could learn a thing or two from how theater people format their resumes, since they have to do things based on how many stage plays they've worked on, not necessarily like what company they've worked for. Because people need to see like all of the shows you've worked on. So,
find me one, and I've duped the resume, and I'm going to start kind of deconstructing it a little bit and figuring out how to make space for everything. And so those bars also were helpful for the design engineering work, because remember, that's still some of my bread and butter. Hey, Queen Pre. Some of the design engineering work is still what keeps the lights on. And so I was kind of formatting this for that. And so if Matt is looking at this resume, Matt immediately knows that that's Jira, that's Visual Studio Code. Oh, and she knows WordPress and she knows Visual Composer. So for also, if the engineering team is doing the hire, like if I have a lead dev that's hiring the UX or the senior UX, they also immediately are like, oh, communicating and collaborating with Joy is going to be so much easier now that, I know that she has a tech stack. But I'm also missing some tech skills here, like just writing CSS or just writing PHP or just writing HTML that I think will be better for the AI. So, big facts. All right. Let me clone this and then I'm going to remove kind of like, the reason that I have my location in here. I love how you have kind of like your byline that says at the end of it that you're in Austin. Because I do want to say that I'm in Tampa, even though I don't want to have the whole address here. And the phone number is a studio number, so I don't care about that.
I'm going to go off camera for like a second, but I'm still here.
You're good. If when you
do you have my little profile picture? No, I'm still here. I'm just...
yeah, it has. So as soon as you turn off the cam, when you turn off the cam, it actually goes black. But I can hide you until you come back. When you come back, let me know. I'll turn your cam back on. Thank you for sending me. I'm going to share with you guys some of the theater resumes that Jay shared with me in a different screen, so you guys can kind of see what Jay was talking about. So take a look at that. So cool. Love this layout. Let's look at this one. Awesome. This one. So they have that timeline format that Jay is talking about, which is really fire. Hella fire, especially this one. I love this signature. I need to make a fake signature so that I can put it on stuff. All right, and so I really love the layout here on this one, actually. Let's put it right here in the Figma file. I did. I hid you. Are you back? There you are. You got to turn your cam on, Jay.
I know. I never left. I was just saying that I wanted my face to be gone for a second.
Oh, yeah. I have to
Because
I can only hide it to show your icon. So
oh,
I
okay.
need, so I can't, so it's either one big black box or, like if you need to take a break, which is fine.
I don't need to take a break. I was like fucking with the cat and trying to make sure that she wasn't running out the window, you know? So
You are legitimately taking this cat sitting job very seriously, as much as you took critiquing my whole aesthetic really seriously. I appreciate you so much, my love.
Dude, you like went
Bro.
through sorry. You went through so thoroughly for me that like I think I um I really needed it, and it
Yeah.
like it's I love design critiques. I think a lot of early stage career designers don't like being critiqued because they don't want people to tell them like what to do for their work. They don't want people to cramp their style. But the older I get, the more I understand the need for critique, and especially from serious designers, such as yourself. And so, and then also, I didn't realize like critique is part of designing too, right?
Period.
So,
Period.
so
Period.
like you going through and doing it for me was great, but me doing the same thing for you makes me pay attention to what I need to look for in my own portfolio, you know?
For sure. There was a huge emphasis on feedback at the last SAS that I worked on, and we had a whole bunch of statistics that backed up, right? That having a really clear, honest, feedback loop. Then I was working with attorneys, but how that just creates healthy communities, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so, every time that I'm like, yo, I just got booked again. It's all these junior designers who are like, yo, I love how clear and candid Joy is, And so it's all part of the mentorship part. So I've had a lot of practice. Like I've done at least 300 design critiques for sure. So I absolutely love doing it. I do it every week. There isn't a week that goes by that I'm not booked by one junior designer, for sure. So no, I love you so much, and I want you to thrive, baby. You know what I mean? I want you to thrive. Yeah. And
same
so,
to you,
bro. However, we could get secure the bag, bro. Like however we secure the bag.
Fucking real.
Xavier pulled up. It's so nice to see you.
Oh, hey, welcome to the stream.
I think
Joy,
he came and left.
Please align those brackets.
I will. I need to do that. I don't think they're even in auto layout because it's such an old. It was one of the first things I ever did in Figma ever. It was the first thing I ever did. Well, maybe not the first thing. I did truly first, but a friend of mine had made this template and I just reworked his template and I need to like get my life. So I fuck with you. I will get my life together. I probably will get rid of some of these projects, but I'm just going to kind of like play around for spacing and then I'll clean it up later, I promise. And can you turn on your video, or are you still...
Oh yeah, let me turn on my video, my bad.
Looking around.
I'm just being a deviant.
Let me tell Xavier that you said hi to him. As soon as I saw his name, my heart literally did backflips.
Is he still here?
No, I'm going to say it to him though. As soon as I saw your name, my heart literally did backflips. Jay said hi. Last thing he said to me, I just replied with the cap emoji. Sarah is the second person, like this, the person that I write cap more than anything else. When we're talking, I'm like cap. But I said cap to him earlier, so I'm sure he's probably not feeling me too much. Like, do I need this Asana thing? I could just put it in skills.
Like making it a one-pager?
I'm going to play with that concept. Yeah, I'm going to play with making it a one-pager, which means that I have more room, but I need to think about skills. And I think I'm going to do skills kind of like just running along this side, maybe in capsules. Maybe I'll do skills like just one, like, 2-3 lines of capsules with the skills. That could be clean.
Matt says, and you need the VS code. Like,
I need VS. Yeah. So you see, like, Jay didn't even know what the VS Code logo was, and so we were kind of talking about that. Like, we were talking about.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not a developer.
Okay. It's okay.
I've heard VS Code like a million times. I've heard it. We talk about it in meetings, but
it's Visual Studio Code. So it's just an HTML editor. That's all. Yeah, it's just an HTML editor, but it's really clean, and I don't know, Matt can talk about it. Thank you, Sarah. I'm going to open them up in just a second. Instagram does not like when I log in from another screen when I'm live. So I'm going to actually download the examples you sent and then send it to the computer after I get this rough draft of new layout. And then I have to figure out what projects I'm going to kill from the resume. Like, do I need... See, and the thing is also, I don't want hella gaps in employment. And I want to be able to get art direction positions or CDO positions. Matt said VS Code is when you can write the code in any language that you need. Matt can speak more to it because I literally only use it for CSS. When I'm doing PHP, I just kind of do that like inline. Well, I'm a liar. Maybe I do sometimes save things to VS Code. I'm going to close this window a little bit. It's a lot of sunlight happening in my face. Okay, much better. Ford Fitness. Okay, so yeah, I gotta cut some projects, Jay. Do I say less? I can maybe steal a little more room.
I think that you don't need everything.
I don't need everything, right? So which ones do I?
So what are you doing in 2024? First of all, what did you do in 2022?
Right. So I skipped some so what I would need to do is something like this, right? And I really didn't want to.
Is 888 Sarah?
888 is Sarah.
Sarah says, always say less until there's a real convo.
All right. So
I like that, but I also think
maybe I don't hate this.
This is good. What are your metrics?
Yo, there are some metrics in my long form resume. This is just all the
This is a timeline.
This is a timeline only, bro. Because I have too much of a work history. But I agree with everybody, and I'm gonna like, is skate aerobics important?
If this is visual, if this is your visual resume,
Probably don't need.
and you are taking advantage of it being a visual medium and you being a designer, why don't you put a picture for Metwork, a picture for She Does, a
Shit.
picture for Truly?
It's, you mean a little logo?
And no, I mean,
There's not
like
enough
how we have
space,
those
baby.
preview images. I think you can say senior UX design for Metwork. I think you can cap it after 3 years and say maybe something along the lines of like view more on LinkedIn, view more work history on LinkedIn, and then do 3 cards.
Okay.
With a picture for each. If you're gonna have a visual resume anyway, showcase a little of your work. Because we don't need bars that show we're inexperienced. We need
Well, we've killed the bars.
screenshots that show
We've killed the bars.
So we kill them and we take advantage of that space and we showcase the work that sets us up as even more
The
experienced.
fuck? But they're getting the
Because
portfolio.
your brand is so good. I know they're getting the portfolio, but if you can see just a little bit of your work right now.
Can you just clone this and give me, just mock one up for me, my love? Just please, because I'm a visual communicator.
Can you set me as an editor then, without paying for a team?
You shouldn't have to. It's my situation. All right,
No,
you're an
it's
editor.
your situation.
I'm
I just
gonna
don't want it to
say
fuck up because
this
I know
is.
that
I don't care what your workspace. I don't care what it costs, bro.
Matt says to do all pie charts. Yeah, Matt, let's go. Pie charts.
Matt don't want to see one pie chart. I mean, Jay doesn't want to see one chart at all.
I don't.
All right, yeah, work down there and just mock anything up. Mock anything up. And I will continue on my path of just figuring out spacing.
Bitch, bet. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to wow you. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to do it.
That's why I have you here. And the realtors. Yo, I hope... what's her name? Was it Jenny or was it... Who was the girl from the Realtors Association? From Realtor.com. I hope she reaches out to you. She's the one that I hate.
Oh, Joy Chung.
Joy, yeah, Chung. I hope she gets back to you.
I just know that I applied for one of her roles a few years back and didn't get it, and so I was just like, oh, maybe she doesn't like me, and that's why I didn't reach out.
Same. I had written her a pretty long. Hey, Fuji.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what Jay is suggesting. I had done the same. This is maybe my 3rd time spinning the block on Realtor.com, and that's because I have this 5 years of experience. Let me zoom into it. 5 years of experience as director of marketing web at the Realtor Association and won a national award. Hello. So I'm like, yo, I know the street cred. I've worked with realtors nonstop since 2011 or 2010. So I think I would be great there, but also it's I don't know what they're looking for. And then she said they wanted someone who lives in Austin. That's the new criteria. They're not doing remote anymore. So what happened to them? That sounds like they had a bad experience, right? With a hire. But yes.
Or they paid a lot of money for their Austin office and don't want to. A lot of businesses are doing that shit now.
Both. There's a lot of space here. I'm sorry I'm making you do my resume, but I don't know what you're talking
What?
about.
No, you're gonna do my next, bitch. Don't think you're getting out of this. What?
All right, I'm gonna do some capsules here. How do we do capsules? Do we do it with just
Fucking think you're working for free? Bitch, this is an exchange.
actually let me start with some text we already have. Let me grab this.
Oh, I'm full remote too. I love being remote. It's great. I don't want to go back into the office. Several Austin companies have tried to hire me, and they're like, "But it's in the office Tuesday through Thursday," and I'm like, "Ew, it's
Yeah.
in the office in the domain." Which, like,
Period. On period. I actually don't mind. I actually don't mind collabing in person.
I do.
But it
I
just
love
depends.
it.
It depends. It depends. It really depends on the team. It depends. It depends. We're gonna call this skills capsule. I'm afraid to look at what Jay is working on, y'all, but I'm gonna swing down there in 2 seconds. After I make a relatively minimal capsule with tags. In other words, with the skills. So Figma should be the first one. All right, let's find a. Should they be fixed with? No, they've got to be hug. Xavier said he pulled in here, but he has no idea what we're talking about, but he's listening.
So we are just redoing Joy's resume. Kind of.
Sprinkling some sugar on this bit. Sprinkling some sugar on this bit. Stroke, stroke, stroke. Stroke, stroke. I'm in the wrong place and stressed out.
Why are you stressing, baby?
Oh, no. It's just, I was like, scroll down on my toolbar. I'm not really used to designing on my laptop. Just doing this for the sake of the stream.
Gotcha.
Fuji said, I love that, Fuji. I really want to take, I am going to make it a point to take some of your really incredible quotes from the chat and then like put them into the YouTube description and on the blog. I promise to do that this time. Matt and Fuji, I can see the chat in Twitch, right? Always. Because after I shut down the Streamlabs, it kind of like cuts it. But if somebody can confirm that I can see the chat, I would love to grab a couple of your quotes and add them to the video file. But it is important to remember that the visual resume is for a human. And thank you for
not the
highlighting
ATS.
that.
Yeah, and because it's for a human, that's why we are changing it up a little. Like, I wouldn't do this for, this is like if they have two, like, when I just applied for Cash App, and they had a place where you upload your resume at the beginning where it fills it in from the bottom,
Pre-populates.
and
That's what I'm talking
then
about. Yeah.
at the bottom they had a place for you to upload your resume, and then another place for any additional files if you just had shit. But I didn't do that. I probably should have, but it's fine. Slay. So
Slay.
you know.
Yeah. So so my resume file on those job sites is the text file if it's pre-populating. Hey, so Crushing. If it's pre-populating, and then I will usually when I tell you it is picture perfect, it is picture perfect when it reads that text file that I sent you. Okay, so the order that I have written, like the company, the date, the title, and then the description, it literally immediately parses the data perfectly. And then I don't upload a resume. When they ask for an attachment, I just upload the portfolio because I've already pre-populated the resume. So I don't do that and the, right? So I think it reigns even more true when Fuji is like, yeah, be, cognizant that this is being read by a human. And yeah, this is, but this resume got me a really big contract. And I remember after I was on the team, and they were really candid about what their experience was like hiring, and they were like, bro, we sat and talked about your resume for 40 minutes straight, where the CEO was asking why was it formatted in the way that it was, and then the designer and brand architect was like, do you understand how the courage it took for her to format her resume in this way, and she is explaining that she can do this and this and this and this, right? So yeah. What happened, Sarah? Yo, Sarah be cracking up over there. All right, what are we doing? Figma. Okay, what are we writing? What are our talents? Visual Studio Code. What's the order that matters? It's like Figma, Jira, Illustrator. Up next to Figma, what's second most important to you? Photoshop.
I would say
it's really Asana, Jira.
My triple threat is Figma, Asana, Notion, because documentation. But also Illustrator. No worries.
And not
baby.
Procreate?
Procreate's for when I do illustrations, but I do a lot of my illustrations in Figma and Illustrator too.
Yeah.
If I'm doing vector illustration.
Okay.
Let me grab so it really just depends on if I'm building an illustration system. I would do that in Figma.
Which I can't wait for you to unpack. I would like to deep dive 2 weeks from now into design systems. And kind of especially you're going to be basically improving the design system for your site. And when we were talking about,
hi, I'm stealing these.
Yeah, I'm not finished. Well, it's okay now. They're hug. Excuse me. The design. I was talking about doing these mini design systems for Elixir. You know what I mean? Kind of just doing that work. I think we should deep dive into design systems, and we should teach each other things. I want to learn more about prototyping, period. That's where I kind of want to focus. We can also do these capsules underneath the jobs. This is so funny not knowing what you're doing down there.
No, it's great. It's great. It's great. I might steal your
I don't
capsules.
hover. You can do that. I don't hover, obviously. Sarah, whenever you're ready, look, we'll give you a good price, baby.
You can look if you want a little preview.
No, it's not like porn. I am okay. I'm pretty busy over here, bro. Okay.
Sarah said, "Let me go redo my entire site." Every time I see someone's portfolio, I feel that way, yo.
I'm like, look, but Sarah cut a check though, bro. But Sarah got a check though. Wrap, baby. Yeah. Okay. I've got it wrapping now, baby. I've got it wrapping now. Hug. All right. We're wrapping. WordPress Figma. Matt, can you give me some skills that matter to you? Like what matters to you? Oh, it's like wireframes. User flows, user interface. So wireframes, prototyping, user interface, user flows, UX research, design systems. That probably should go higher. Like,
yeah,
up here by Figma, and I can't have Asana without having Jira. This conversation. Yo, these streams create the wildest conversations in my life.
In the chat? Yeah.
Just everywhere. Not just in the chat. I mean, Spot has finally gone to bed. Not in the chat, but just in text, etc., etc. Yeah, which is... Oh my God. Okay, so AAK Deuce is also Matt. So Matt Fuji, how can we differentiate you? We have two Matts. The stream froze for Xavier in IG. I think we're probably okay everywhere else.
Well, I do have a hard stop.
Yeah, for sure. And so we're gonna wrap, guys, in about 15 minutes. We're gonna wrap in like 15 minutes. So get any other questions, comments, concerns, suggestions to us while we...
I've had at least 2 creative directors named Matt.
I don't think I've worked with any Matts.
Also, I'm sorry. I'm kind of bad at interrupting you, and what you have to say is important, and I'm just paying attention to the chat, and
what are these rulers?
I'm new to this.
Okay, let's hide the rulers. This is already looking hella clean. All right, so everybody in the chat, those lines that were here were just rulers and guides, and so this is what the resume would look like without that. I need to figure out what I'm doing with the word journey because it really belongs down here, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think this is looking pretty fucking solid, actually.
Okay, let's view both now.
You want me to go down there? I'm afraid. I'm afraid, bro.
Just
oh my god,
stealing your pills.
My new capsules, and you did some spacing. See, I put a little extra spacing on top to bring the capsules and the picture together because I feel like the capsules and the picture should be the same distance, kind of like that. All right, let me see where you at. All right, team, let's put them next to each other. Let's move this garbage over. I'm gonna move you, my love. I know design teams hate that. Like, you be working and somebody move your whole thing and some of the comments don't come with you.
I just think, okay, so this is viewable by a person, and you had a really good visual representation of your work before, but your focus was on these bars, and I think you could use that same visual space that we took away to fill up with your work, and then just say, go look at more of it. Now, I'm not done. I haven't figured out all the spacing yet. I think you could fit something else on here.
So Matt number 2 is saying that this resume is going to get the bag. The name of the series is Secure the Bag. We're going to do a series of videos. So the resume and the portfolio review is kind of like part 1 and 2. And then we're going to deep dive into how AI reads us. We're going to go more into updating our web portfolios. So that's going to be both Webflow and WordPress at the same time. That'll be really interesting. I'm going to have them side by side. So as Jay is making changes on Webflow, we can see that. And as I'm making changes on WordPress, we see that. I think that'll be really fun, just to see how the different CMSs show data and how quickly we can get things out the door on the web. And then the very last thing I would like to do is maybe look at a couple of the career sites and just polish, polish our professional profiles based on the learnings from these few videos from the series. So
yeah,
I hope you guys tune into that. All this content will be available on YouTube tomorrow, Twitter. As soon as the stream is done, you can look at it on Twitter and Twitch probably tomorrow. It takes about a day for me to get the Twitch ready to go. Matt number 1 is saying that he needs to learn how to get the bag, which is ridiculous. He just came back from freaking, where were you, Portland?
The emptiest space at the bottom I hadn't solved for yet. I was gonna fill it out more.
You also have the little LinkedIn logo thing, which is this little thing.
Oh, I forgot to. Yeah, there was some stuff I hadn't copied over yet.
Yeah, this little baby, I think, anchors it, but do what you will. Do what you will. So Matt number 2 likes the one on the right. Matt number 1, Sarah, anybody else in the chat, please give us a vote, left or right. And I'm going to keep adding capsules here. Matt number 1 likes the right. Jesus. you like this quote like this with the hard edge on one side?
I don't know. I just picked up your quote from maybe the hard edge should flip. Truly. But okay, I'll fix it right now.
Day, thanks for the love on Twitter.
Oh. Done. Sort of.
You like that? I don't know. I think the whole thing needs to be rounded, and I think the rounded corners need to be a little less pronounced. I also think you can put that whole thing full width at the bottom. then that gives you more room. I don't know. I don't know. So do you want to see 3 more projects on the bottom? I mean, on another row? Like, are you just highlighting 5 projects, or do you want to highlight 6? Because you can kill some of this. You can kill like 2 of these bullets. UX design for SaaS law.
There's some spacing that's weird because, oh no.
Yeah, don't worry about that. That I'll clean up. It's just the UX design system, UX design web, UX design mobile.
Like the 3rd bullet point should end.
Yeah, I promise you, I will fix this and have you proof it when it's ready to go. I'm just going to do this by eye right now to give you some space. Yeah, slight rounded corners, I think. Yeah. But yeah, I was thinking, if you wanted to do the same thing twice, you could, and then you could make this full width. But I don't know. We've got some space here. See,
or I could just move that and then put to the one from Flossie and More Life Juice. I know you have a picture of More Life Juice. There you
go. And then the other one, let's see. You have Network, She Does, Truly Financial, Flossie, More Life Juice, and we can do. Oh, you want to do that even? Oh, that's fire. You sure it's not easier for them to read the columns? I guess no. You're like, yo, this is like a website. I do whatever I want. I feel you.
Yeah, I'm actually that is exactly
whatever I want. Yes. I like that.
What about it? I don't like this. Hold on.
Matt number 1 is working on a tech Instagram. You can go a little smaller and type. You can also reduce padding just ever so slightly.
Well, I think this
Shut up, Sarah.
What? Sarah agreeing
like, it's
with
fire.
Me.
Yeah, Sarah's like, it's fire.
You hate that. Oh, it's because it's reversed because I just was lazy and I flipped it horizontal. I was like, why is it? Why is it backwards?
You flipped the frame. That's funny. And typical.
What about it?
I also don't want to do years here, bro. I don't want to do years because it'll seem like I'm insubordinate. Because like for She Does, for example, we started in 2020, but we were doing work this year. Like we've been doing this, right? So I don't really want to I don't want it to feel like freelance. Like if I'm on roll, I'm on roll. And if you look on LinkedIn, which we're linking to, you'll see when I started versus when I finished. But I think it's clearer just having a year. A random ass year. We also don't need ReStudio here. It doesn't matter. It's a little redundant.
No, put it back. Put it back. Why'd you
my issue is that ReStudio aligns me to
that's your
the
own
freelance
you're quoting
brand,
yourself.
And I'm really quoting myself. So if you just have the quote there, you don't need this. It's assumed that it's me. You can also say it's me. I mean, let me put it back. Hold on. You could say, sorry. I'm gonna stop. Oops.
Stressing me out.
My bad.
They said I get 30% of the first bag from this resume.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something. When Jay comes to town, spared no expense, okay? All right. What floor were we at Art Basel? We were on what was it, like the 30th floor or something?
We were thriving. Those pictures were fire. I will never forget that trip. I love you.
I love you so much too. I love you so much too. I'm so glad that we got to do it, and like I just love traditional art. I love traditional art. I love fine art, but I love traditional art.
I think almost that's where... took myself. Sorry. You think that's where? Yeah, it's good inspiration.
Yo, for real. And that's where I get the majority of my inspiration. Period.
Well, and I think that also we should pay attention to printing press and see what's worked for the past 300 years as far as typography and conveying stuff through type in media and how they've aligned printing press. And like I think that will only help us make better websites. You can't like every book I read, it's like, oh, it's not gonna make me a worse designer if I read this book, so might as well get better. Sorry. Also, sorry, I just really want to show off my biceps. It's totally, I forget sometimes that I'm not supposed to. I'm just checking myself out in the camera.
Oh my gosh. I'm not watching you. Like when we stream, I don't watch us. So all of my reactions are based on the art and your voice. Because I don't watch us. Because it's just too much bandwidth.
Yeah.
So no, that's fair. I just be like, sorry, portfolio. Where is it? Portfolio. And I think it's down here.
Yo, make your network 3 bullets. Pick which ones are the most important. What is this UX design mobile versus web? Just make it UX design. What are you doing? Responsive UX design if you really want to say mobile and web.
Responsive, I don't see that a lot. I see web design and I see mobile design in SEO. So
okay. But this isn't for SEO. These are for humans.
But this PDF, this PDF is going to end up, remember, on the website. And
why are we making it in Figma then? Because I feel like Figma doesn't export
No. This is going to be the
well.
Okay, too late. This is going to be the downloadable version. We're going to also create a portfolio page. So we have the room to do all of this differently. All right. We're going to do that when we do the Webflow WordPress sitch. Don't stress. Health and
Matt one says he prefers non-responsive.
He knows we're closing the stream in a bit, so he's just trying to show out.
He's just trolling.
Yeah. Food and beverage.
I'm giving you all this, but once you see my resume, you're going to be like, bitch, why'd you tell me all this shit? You got to redo the whole thing, too. I'm going to be like, God damn it.
You got to come down on size here. Even if you want this to be fixed. Because memorable was hanging. And instead of we, well, I guess we is fine. I don't know if it should say you or we. Xavier was cute. Xavier is cute. He's like, I'm in here and I'm watching, but I have no idea what you're talking about. He's like, and it's frozen. Like he left and came back. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, yeah, we're talking about resumes and portfolios and getting bags. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Matt likes to show out when we're about to close the club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I love this, Joy, because you can see your work. You can see what you
Yeah.
did.
And then
It's like you want to see what I did there. This is what I did there. You think I'm experienced? This is how
the
experienced I
only
am.
other thing that I was concerned with was making an iteration of this that was landscape. That was the first page of my portfolio, so that one document. So this was sort of like your table of contents, the resume part, and then the portfolio was next. But I think just for me having a single PDF resume, this, like, I would ship this. Like, yeah, I need to clean up some spacing, but like, this is shippable. I want to get on the Shopify bag. Let's do it yesterday, Matt. I'm not playing with you. Whatever you want me to do, I am so ready. I'm absolutely loving Shopify. Matt got in trouble because he threw 15 media queries on a page. I have about that many. I think you need to. You need to have those breakpoints. You need to look at it on tablet mini. You need to look at it on big phones versus small phones. Like, you need to do those media queries. It's really helpful. I've been at a company that they forced us to go from, I think, 7 breakpoints down to 3. The devs just were like, go down to 3. I'm like, we only use the other media queries, like, 10% of the time. It's really important. I have a couple ideas for merch, bro. But before we let Matt commandeer this entire situation, we are about to shut down. Sarah, I need a new picture. That's why I've been using this black and white one, but this is the other one that I've been using on LinkedIn. If there's another picture that you ever I'll come back to that. Probably can do, you just move it. Just move it. Thank you. I will clean it up. And there's also, like, I think we might probably need to indent a little bit on these. Like, I think they all need to kind of be in here. What do you think? Or do you think they need to be left
I was just leaving a comment to say fix spacing. I can do that. Comment for you.
I can do that.
This looks fucking fire, though. I'm really excited.
We can take this template and put it in the freaking Figma community, bro. We just got to clean it up and make.
That's another thing. I don't have anything on the Figma community, and I need to.
Let's do it.
Oh, thank you, Matt. I didn't know if this was like helpful or not. I'm really hoping it is, though. I think like we're both pretty professional and have been doing this a long time. Between both of us, we got like 30 years of experience or some shit. Because you got 20, I got 10.
And I feel like you were made for this, Jay. I feel like I was made for this. We are doing the work that we were built and made to do. And so we love it. We love doing it live. We love streaming. We love talking about it. We love critiquing each other. This is our thing. This is our thing. Thank you, everybody who joined. Please, again, Jay, plug your socials.
Jay Austen, JEYAUSTEN on Instagram. Stina Study on Twitch.
On Twitch? Do you want to drop those URLs?
Yeah.
Do you want to drop those URLs in the Twitch at least? And then I will make a little card that has our socials on it. I promise, baby, and I will have that ready. It would help if
I could spell my own stuff right, huh?
I'm also gonna share. Can you just link them to it and not like, bro? I'm also gonna share my Amazon wish list. It's a way for you guys to support me and the tech that's used to power this stream. I'm ready to improve. So please, I know, Matt, you've asked me a couple times for ways to support. I think the Amazon wish list is a way easier vibe. You are welcome to buy 2 of anything on there, and I will send one to Jay. Jay can use everything on this list except for the Xbox gear. Okay?
Oh, that's true. I'm a PlayStation person and I already have
Facts.
headphones.
Facts. Hey, Rich, thanks for joining. We are shutting things down. So please follow Jay everywhere. Follow me. I am Joy Jetson everywhere. I think, let's see, my
I threw
Instagram
up my
probably.
contact page.
I see it. I see it. And then mine is Instagram.joyjetson. And then does X.com work yet? What's the deal with that? I know Elon was propagating some shit. Nope. Oh, yep, it works. All right, and then I'm Joy Jetson on the Twitters, which I think has the best quality live, to be honest with you guys, but it's in portrait mode. So again, thank you for pulling up. And any last words, Jay?
No. Yes, actually. Thank you so much for just hanging out with us and vibing with us. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this. And I think that both yours and my sites are like we're coming away stronger. There's no way we worked on it for this long and it didn't get better. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So fuck yeah.
And
I
so
gotta
are we still trying to stream tomorrow?
I would absolutely. I could stream all day.
Okay.
I'm not. Yeah.
Fire. Okay, so you will see us tomorrow.